Hey guys, and welcome to part 18 of the Brit Champ Championship. We're around the penultimate race in Brazil, and obviously we're trying to take the Brit Lewis Hamilton to the top of the Drivers' Championship and our British team with our British teammates to the top of the Constructors' Championship. And as you can see, we've got the Q1 results here with, a not very impressive lap, but one to get us through to Q1, obviously 6th place. That's all we needed really, we just need to get in the top 17. But now Q2 we do actually bother to set a decent lap and we get first position. Now that might have been on the option tyres, I don't remember. But we got first position here, and now we're going to skip on to Q3 where we are on the prime tyres and we're going to show you our lap. And now if you've watched the whole series, I think you'll know why I'm showing you the lap. You see, especially if you've seen the Canadian Grand Prix episode, obviously I showed you the pole position lap where I was on prime tyres. Well, yeah, I showed you the lap while I was on prime tyres and I got pole position, and now this lap I'm on prime tyres and I think you can guess I'm going to get pole position as well. But also I thought I'd show you, especially as I'm on the prime tyres, which is very weird to get pole on the prime tyres, but somehow we managed to do it. It's probably, I'll tell you what, I think I found a lot of time by changing the aero position, putting in the up position when we're going around this tight and twisty second sector, and then obviously putting it back down for the first and third sectors. No, I think I might get confused. Oh, whatever, I know what I'm saying. The tight twisty section we want front air up, and obviously this main straight and the back straight we want the air on down position, obviously to maximise straight line speed. Anyway, as you can see, lots of cars have set laps already, with Button qualifying second. We're going to come through to beat Webber's time by about 1.5 tenths actually. So that was our pole position lap on the prime tyres, and we've beaten the AI on the prime tyres, and we've beaten the AI on the option tyres. But anyway, even though we spun out the next lap, so I didn't really have enough time to set another lap. But we didn't need to, as it turns out, because that was everybody's quickest lap, and that was good enough for pole position on the prime tyres. So we've got a real advantage here, obviously. So if we can maintain this lead while on prime tyres, then it's going to look good at the end of the race when we're on the option tyres, be on the quicker tyre than everyone else. But as you can see, there was a 0% chance of rain as ever with this career mode. There's never been any rain apart from one qualifying session in Japan. Anyway, as you can see, we've got the race strategy there, where we're playing on lap 9 for the option tyres. Got the race up there. But I'll see you around Brazil, a track which has hosted many great finales in F1, and while this isn't the finale of the Brit Champ Championship, hopefully it can produce an exciting race, which should be a key race in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. So as you can see, we got our championship rival starting all the way down in 5th, which obviously if we can hold first and he can hold 5th, that's going to score. That means we're going to gain massive points on Vettel today, and with the lights are out and away we go. And despite being on the slower prime tyres, we've held our position, and Button's actually gained the position from Mark Webber. So that means we've got Button in 2nd place, we got a Brit 1-2, we got the Mclaren 1-2. Obviously this is the ultimate aim of Brit Champ Championship, to get me to win the Drivers' Championship and to get Button and McLaren obviously to help to win the Constructors' Championship. Although I will tell you in all honesty, actually, if I couldn't win the Drivers' Championship, then I was planning to try and get Button to win it if we couldn't. But obviously, as the series has progressed, obviously it's clear that we're the one who's actually in the championship hunt, not Button. So obviously we need to be going for the wins, and Button seems to recognise that, because he... Actually, no, I don't think he has recognised that, because he is getting past us, actually. So obviously he doesn't realise that, that I'm the one in this championship hunt, and he... Well, I think he could feasibly win it, but his chances are slim to us. I think he would need me and Vettel to score low points in the next 2 races, or to retire. I don't really know. Basically, he could win it, but he will need to win both races, and me and Vettel will need to do terrible in these 2. Which obviously isn't looking the case here, because on lap 3, both me and Vettel are doing well in the top 3, but Vettel was peeled off into the pits. So obviously me, Button and Vettel in our little group actually pulling away from everyone else, but Button has trying to get past us, and it looks like he's got past us, although are we going to hold it around the outside? I think we are side by side here in Brazil, but are we going to outbrake him into this corner? I think we are, yeah, I think we've just held the position there, just about to, as I'm surprised we didn't cause a collision there, but we've just about held the position, and so I think Button will be keen to get past, obviously, because he's on the quicker option tyres, but, you know, I just don't want to take any chances. I'm just desperate to win this race. Although what is interesting, actually, is how Petrov is ahead of Webber, which is really weird, but obviously that is obviously key for the Constructors Championship. Obviously, if Webber's stuck behind Petrov, that means Webber's, you know, not going to score as many points. That means obviously with Red Bull not going to score many points, and obviously that's key for the Constructors because, you know, we want Mclaren to win. But Button has peeled off into the pits. That's something I should have mentioned. So he's peeled off on the optimum lap, actually, which is good because some races we've seen him pit really early and it's really screwed over his race. But anyway, who else has pitted in? I think Webber might have pitted in. I know, let's wait for it to update on there. Although there is some car still behind us here, that is Petrov actually, who's fairly close to us, only a couple of seconds off, but Webber has gone into the pits. So he'll be pitting off his prime tyres, which obviously he's on the slower tyres now, just like we are. And now we're coming on to end of lap 6, start lap 7. I think this is the lap that Petrov's going to pit in. I think, anyway. Yep, he's peeled off into the pits now, as you can see on the map, which is really weird why he's extending his prime tyres, or no, his option tyres rather, to lap 6. That's really weird. I don't see what he's going to gain, because his option tyres will be worn out badly by that lap, but I don't know, it's a really weird strategy, but we have seen some weird strategies from some people, and that's just another one of them. But anyway, that has allowed Button to get into second, actually, with no sign of Vettel or Red Bull, no, Vettel or Webber nearby, actually, so both Red Bull cars are nowhere to be seen. Actually, no, we're coming on to the start of lap 9, and Webber is in third, with Schumacher in fourth, but no sign of Vettel. Obviously, he qualified down in fifth, and we haven't really heard much of him this race since then. But obviously this is going to be key for the Drivers' Championship, because it's kind of a two-horse race between me and Vettel. So if we can, you know, gain lots of points on Vettel this race, especially if he's not even in the top 4, then I was just going to do wonders for our Drivers' Championship. And this is our lap 9, so this is our pit stop lap, and we're going to come in for the option tyres. Now what was worrying me here is that Button isn't as far behind as I would like. So obviously now he's pitted on the prime tyres, but when he was on the prime tyres, you know, his would have been a lot fresher than mine were. So he would have had more grip than my prime tyres had. And as you can see, how many feet away he's going down rapidly. He's less than 500 feet away. But we, you know, we got past the speed limit a bit. And are we ahead of him? I think we are. Yeah, I think we're just about ahead of him. 400 feet. And that looks like we're about 3 seconds ahead of him. So we have, oh no, actually no, less than that, 1.7 seconds ahead of him. So we have held first position. Now we're on the quicker tyres compared to everyone else. You know, it should be an easy win, to be honest. Because as you can see, we got Button, Webber, Schumacher. They'll all be on the slower prime tyres. And what is interesting is how, I don't know what's happened to Webber, but he's just disappeared. Actually, Schumacher's moved up to third. Vettel has moved up to fourth. So I don't know whether Webber did that intentionally, you know, so Vettel could gain more points, which obviously, you know, Vettel is in it for the Drivers' Championship, so maybe that was some team orders there, but it seems a bit weird saying Vettel, considering Webber. I keep on getting those two names mixed up, considering Webber's completely dropped off. See, Webber's just completely disappeared, so I don't know what's happened there. But anyway, on to the start of lap 12, and actually Vettel's gone. I think Vettel's gone into pits because he pitted in really early, I think, which is why we never heard from him all race. I think he pitted in really early, and I think that screwed him over because I think he's pitted in for a second time, which we know this series, any car who's done that has just finished really far behind us. I think half the reason that Button's had his low positions, I swear half of them were due to him pitting twice or something. But we're going to come around the last corner in Brazil for the penultimate race with Vettel nowhere to be seen. With completely worn out front tyres, we've managed to carry the car home into first position.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Really, really well done, mate. Well done.
So as you can see there, we've got first Button in second with Webber in fourth, so obviously we gained massive points on Red Bull there, especially as Vettel is all the way down in 14th. You know, just by Massa, so I don't know what Massa and Vettel did, and Alonso, but you know, they really didn't benefit from what they did because they finished well down the order. But anyway, so obviously me and Button coming first, that's a British 1-2, it's a Mclaren 1-2, you know, that's everything we want this series. And now we are about 24 points ahead of Vettel now, which basically means we've got the Drivers' Championship sewn up, but you know, this is F1, anything can happen in the last race now. But you know, Webber, it's impossible for Webber to win it now, where there's just between Button, no, it's not even between Button, it's just between me and Vettel actually. And the Constructors' Championship, we are 34 points ahead of Red Bull. So I'm going to get up the permutations for us to win now, and here's the driver's title requirements. So as you can see, I've got obviously the two people only who are left in it is me, Hamilton, and well, me as Hamilton and Vettel. No one else can win it. Actually, if there were double points, you know, like there was this season, then Button could feasibly win it, but everyone else is out of the equation. So I've got here. So it says if Vettel finishes below first, right, then we've won. Basically, Vettel has to win to have a chance of winning the championship. If he comes second or below, then he's automatically lost, regardless of where we come. But if we finish 9th or above, so if we score 2 points or more, then we won the Drivers' Championship. Because even Vettel's first place, you know, he wouldn't catch up if we got 2 points, because obviously he's 24 points behind us, and you get 25 for a win. So if we score 2 points, then you know he won't be able to catch up. So looking like we've got this Drivers' Championship sewn up here, and now we'll look up for the Constructors' title requirements. Here they are. So these are a bit more complicated actually. I haven't included everything, I've just included the headlines here. So if Red Bull get a 1-2 finish, which I don't know if they have this season actually. I don't ever remember them getting a 1-2, they might have done. Well, I don't know, if they do get a 1-2 finish, then we, between me and Button, combined, we need to score 10 points. So whether that be someone gets a 5th position, or, well, I don't know, you know, any way we can score 10 points or more, we win. Then we win the Constructors' Championship, even if Red Bull get a 1-2. And if either Hamilton or Jenson finish in 5th, then we've won the Constructors' Championship. So obviously 5th scores 10 points. So if either of us finish a 5th, not both, well obviously not both of us, but if either of us finish 5th, then we've won the Constructors. And Red Bull need a double podium. Well, but pretty much it's a bit complicated. I think they pretty much need a double podium just to win the Constructors' Championship. But anyway, that's the requirements there. And so Constructors' Championship there, and obviously that was a brilliant race in Brazil with no rain, you know, like all the other races this series. Anyway, and I'll see you next time for the last race in Abu Dhabi. Hope to see you there.